Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on this beautiful, amazing planet of ours. This is Marc, Lainhart, the Intuitive Prospector, coming to you live from the foothills of Tiger Mountain here in Washington State, the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It is just afternoon time, Pacific Standard Time, so we've got some folks tuning in. Just wanted to share the Forest Friday experience with you. So we are in the backwoods of Tiger Mountain, which is about 40 minutes east of Seattle, Washington. I call it Forest Fridays, Spiritual Hikes for the Soul, because I find that when we get out in nature, nature is our greatest teacher, nature is our greatest healer, it's our greatest engineer, it's our original home. And so what I like to do is come live if I can get a good signal to share the experience. So like I said, we're just in a place where I can get a good signal and broadcast live for a Forest Friday. We'll be doing these Forest Fridays every month, so this is the first one of April as we approach spring. Hi Paula, hi Tamara, hi Amy. I've got a few spiritual prospectors tuning in. Hi Jenny. And I do this in partnership with Inner Alchemy, and Inner Alchemy is a place that I teach at and I work at as a psychic spiritual medium, and the owner, Mari Falsetto, is on the hike. She's up on the hill here having lunch with the other prospectors that came out today. It's been a beautiful hike so far. It was actually supposed to rain, so we had a lot of people cancel at the last minute because for some reason there's this theory that it rains in Seattle. So it was kind of funny, but it ended up turning into a beautiful hike. It is raining a little bit right now. The temperature is about 55 degrees, 45 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 16 Celsius or so from all my Canadian fans. So looks like you got some more people tuning in. Hey Dean, how are you, brother? Laura, how are you? Let's see, who else is tuning in? I got to be really careful because I'm on a tripod. Hi Tina, one of my top fans. Thanks for tuning in. So feel free to share out if you guys want. You don't have to. It's just on my Intuitive Prospector page. Make sure to turn on the notifications or subscribe if you want to come to Seattle and go on a Forest Friday hike. Hi Veronica. Hola, ¿cómo está? And like I said, it's about getting out in nature. I always talk about we need to take the time to disconnect so that we can have the time to reconnect. That's very important for all of us to balance a very busy lifestyle, to manage stress. And what better way to do this than the power of nature, to get out and connect to the trees, be a tree hugger in the Pacific Northwest. But it's, hi Gail, how are you? Dean says hi, hey buddy. And it's just, just sharing the experience of a Forest Friday spiritual hike for the soul, because I just found nature to be so healing in my own journey. When I was going through a lot of tragedy and death and dying in my own path, I found that nature was very healing, and I've always been drawn to nature. But what I love about Forest Friday hikes is they're free. We ask for donations for gas and to pay for the fees for the park, but we love the conversations that we have going and the amazing people that join us. It's different every hike. There's no hike the same. And what we like to do is we also like to do some exercises based on energy, based on, we have a meditation. I do a little Qigong with the group. And so it's really about just connecting and just letting go of all of the daily stresses. Hi, Dave. So a few more fans tuning in. So if you guys want to share out, you can. You don't have to. I'm just sharing I'm up in the hills of the Pacific Northwest and the foothills of the Cascade Mountains for Forest Friday Spiritual Hike for the Soul. We'll have one every single month and throughout the year through 2019 until the weather changes to snow, and then it becomes Snowshoe Saturday. So when it snows here in Seattle or in the mountains, we go to Snowshoe Saturdays, and when it starts to be great hiking weather, we switch back to Forest Fridays. We do Fridays because we can get out on the trailhead and we pretty much have the whole mountain to ourselves. We've had a few mountain bikers come down the trail and just one other hiker, but we've had the whole mountain to ourselves, and it's really nice. We get up early. We either meet at Inner Alchemy in West Seattle at 7:30 and head out and carpool, and so if you want to carpool and you don't want to drive, or you can meet us at the trailhead, so you have those two options. And some people don't like to hike by themselves, so it's a good way to get out and experience nature, but also to connect with community, friends, have some really cool metaphysical, spiritual conversations. That's what I love most about doing Forest Fridays, is the conversations that we have going. And we were talking about just our own journey, that we have a lot more in common. When you take the time to really connect to somebody and sit down and talk with them, you realize that you have a lot more in common than you do apart. So hi Tamara, good afternoon. Hi Odith. So I'm just here at Tiger Mountain. This is east of Seattle, Washington, for another Forest Friday hike. Spiritual hikes for the soul is what I call them. This is in partnership and relation with Inner Alchemy, a place where I teach and also do my readings at. So if somebody wants to ask me a question, since I'm out in the power of nature, I always find that nature has so many different connections. Hi Jeannie, how are you? Odith is watching. Hello Odith. I find that when you connect to nature, it's literally, think about it for the sec. The trees all behind me there's a symbiotic relationship that's going on right now, and we forget about that because, if we don't see it, then we tend to forget about it. And me as a spiritual medium, I'm walking always between two worlds, the seen world and the unseen world. But I find what's cool is what's happening right now is there's a symbiotic relationship that's going on. The trees behind me are producing oxygen, and I need that oxygen to breathe, right? We as humans need oxygen to breathe. And so the symbiotic relationship, as I exhale, as I'm talking to you, I'm releasing carbon dioxide and pieces of argon into my environment. And the trees, my friends behind me, are soaking that carbon dioxide up, and that power of changing carbon dioxide into oxygen. And they're releasing oxygen back so I can breathe and have this conversation with you. So it really is a symbiotic relationship. And when you start to realize that trees are, nature, and trees and the animals and the ferns and everything that you're surrounded by, everything's living, and you connect into that, it's a really great way to heal your own self energetically. So just wanted to share that out. Another Forest Friday, spiritual hikes for the soul. Make sure to get on my Intuitive Prospector page and make sure to turn the notifications on, or subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get all these fun videos that I do. Sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. It just depends on if I can get a signal and if I feel like doing it. So if anybody has a question, happy to answer that. I'll do a quick reading. I guess I'll do a reading from the forest. Why not? Life is short. So if anybody has a question, feel free to post it real quick, and I'll do my best to answer. If you want to just say hey. If you want to get on my top fan list, make sure to interact and subscribe so you can get that top fan badge like Odith has. She says, hello everyone. Hello Marc. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. And again, I'm here in Tiger Mountain, foothills of the Cascade Mountains, just east of Seattle, Washington in the Pacific Northwest. So if nobody has a question, I can just step off camera here for a second, let you enjoy the surroundings of nature and the silence and the quietness. I was just going to do a quick, it's like doing readings from Sherwood Forest with Robin Hood. So if you have a question for me, go ahead and shoot one off. If you don't, I'm going to just step off camera here real quick and just kind of let you enjoy nature as it is. If you monitor closely, you may see a spirit pass by. So pay attention.
Hello. I'm by myself.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys. So that was actually not a bicyclist. That was somebody in spirit in the Sherwood Forest. So, so. Let me see here. All right, so we're here in Tiger Mountain, just east, and I'll do one reading, and then I'm going to sign off. So let's see here. Jeannie. Hi, Jeannie. Skillbeck, how are you? Could I have a reading? I lost my father and my grandmother last July and August. Are they around me now? So what I would do in this case, Jeannie, if it was mediumship, I would bring you live on a video, but I'm not doing that today. But I can tell you, because I work for the spirit world, they don't work for me. It's not an on-demand thing. I would ask your father and your grandmother who both transitioned into the spirit world last July and August, to draw close. If there's something I would get from them, I would definitely give that to you. But just to answer your question, are they around now? I get that question a lot, Jeannie, and I always say that the spirit world and those that we love are just a thought away. And if you set your intentions and you think of that person, so if you want to think on your grandmother and your father, go ahead and just take your hand and put it over your heart and take a deep breath in. And just set the intention that you really miss them and that you want to connect with them. And you don't have to be a medium to connect with the spirit world. It helps, but I found that anybody can really set their own intention and connect it the way they want to connect. So Jeannie, what I would say is just take that breath in, allow them to draw close to you, just like I'm doing right now. I'm asking them to draw close, and if there's any information they'd like to give. But I always remind people that they may be gone in body, but they're very much present in love, energy, thoughts, memories, your breath, and you can always draw close to them whenever you're feeling lonely. So I do have to say, with around you, Jeannie, I am getting the tattoo of hummingbirds coming through. So the hummingbird is significant for me. So if you could just answer yes or no, that's fine. I usually do mediumship on video so I can hear your voice, but because I'm in the Sherwood Forest today. But I'm getting hummingbirds and a tattoo. So if that resonates with you, Jeannie Skillbeck, please type in yes or no so I can make sure I have the right connection. Either you're getting a tattoo or there's a talk of tattoos with birds, or hummingbirds is coming to mind. And that's just, all I'm doing is just allowing the spirit world to draw close to me and give me those impressions. So that is a yes. So is it yes that you have a tattoo, or you're going to get a tattoo, which also would be in memory of your grandmother and your father, but I also specifically the hummingbirds. So you're either seeing hummingbirds or they're connecting to you through either a hummingbird or a bird of some sort that's around your house, because I'm seeing them connect to you. So does that make sense? Thinking about it. Okay, and would you understand, Jeannie, the connection to the hummingbird, please? Or the bird reference as far as them connecting with you? So you can type in a yes or no. It's fine. And yes to hummingbirds. Okay, so that's just a quick, hi Sammy, that's just a quick connection to the spirit world live on a Forest Friday. Jeannie, just my condolences to you and your family for the passing and transition of your grandmother and your father, but know that they are in Summerland. This is very much just a world within a world, and they're very much close to you. And just, you just saw live on video, no planning or scripting, that you're thinking about getting a tattoo and there's hummingbirds connected to your grandmother and your father. That's how simple it can be when it comes to mediumship, guys. So just wanted to share that experience. Jeannie, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for asking your question. Again, we're here on a Forest Friday, Spiritual Hikes for the Soul, where we connect to nature, ourselves, the community in which we're hiking, and we have a lot of fun with meditations, Qigong, some Native American exercises, some breathing exercises. I'm going to have Mari step into camera real quick because she's the owner of Inner Alchemy here in West Seattle, and we're in our second season, so try not to knock over the camera because it's on a tripod. But this is our second season of Forest Fridays. Again, when the snow starts to go, we switch over to snowshoe Saturdays, and then when the snow is gone, we switch back to Forest Fridays. And so Mari's joined me in the second season of Forest Fridays. I've been doing this for about 6 years now, and I love getting out in nature. So I would just inspire you to explore and discover through mind, body, spirit. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I do. We were talking today about how powerful it is to actually be in person with a community. And when we come up here, just on the drive up, we have the most amazing conversations and soul connections. And then we get into the forest, and that conversation expands, and it becomes more expansive with the trees and nature and the energy of Mother Nature. And so I just would encourage all of you, come and play with us. It is so fun and nourishing, and we always have a good time.
And you just feel great after the hike. You just really come off the mountain just vibrating at such a high frequency. So if you're battling any kind of anxiety, depression, grieving, if you're in the grieving process of losing a family member, I always remind people, go to your original home, which is nature. It's your greatest teacher, it's your greatest healer, and it's a great way. It helped me in my journey and my response to my own healing, so I always recommend it. And that's why I do Forest Fridays. So
and it's absolutely the place to come to feel nourished. So I look forward to meeting all of you. Our next Forest Friday hike is going to be on Friday, May 4th. And you can RSVP. We meet at Inner Alchemy, and we all carpool up. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have that event up on Inner Alchemy, also the Intuitive Prospector. That you can get your ticket through Eventbrite Tickets. It's free. We do ask for a $10 donation for gas and the parking pass and all that good stuff. But for $10, it's pretty.
It's so worth it.
That's worth it. A cup
It's
of
so
coffee in
worth
Seattle is
it.
like $7 these days. So, but come join us for a Forest Friday hike, spiritual hikes for the soul. I'm going to sign off. Thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes. And,
Great to meet you all. See you soon.
We'll see you next time. So until our next soul adventure together, be kind, be caring, be compassionate, and I always like to say, dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live. We'll see you next time on the next hike. All right, guys. Have a great day. Namaste.